Not currently been asked to testify, this trial is long overdue, as I've been speaking the truth about Diddy for 20 years now. Adding that my sincere hope is that justice will prevail and for there to be further systemic changes within the music industry to prevent all forms of abuse from those in a position of power.
Man, it is so many people. So many people is coming forward. What is up? What is up, YouTube? Andre drops some stuff, boy. Let's see. Check this out, man. I had to take a break, man. I had to take moms to the bank. Man, my mom's rich. She said, don't mention this to nobody. So that means I'm telling the world. I'm on YouTube telling the world it's a positive outcome, man. My mom wrote a check for $5,000 to herself as a cashier check. And then she put it in the drawer and forgot about it. She wrote the check over 8 years ago. Oh my God. Mama Cross rich, y'all. Wait a minute. I'm sitting there at the bank with her. She just told me I deposited this check and they didn't clear it, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And she was talking to the people, she said, well, I wrote the cashier check, and so the lady looking at the date, and he said, yeah, if this was back in 2017, she said, 2017, yeah, that's right, around 2017. And I'm like, wait a minute. It got me thinking I'm wrong. 17, 18. Isn't it 2025? What in the world? Wait a minute. But we got it all straight. We got it all straight. Now, just in case y'all don't know, right? Oh my God. Just in case y'all don't know, if you write yourself a cashier check, right? Or if you write a cashier check to somebody and they never deposit it, after 8 years, I think after 2 or 3 years, the state steps in. So now in order to get the money, we have to go to a website and talk to the state and let them know. And the lady was like, well, the good news is this money was drawn on your account and the cashier check is written out to her. So everything is her. She's both parties. But the money is gone and she want to know where the money at. And I kept saying, well, Mom, if you didn't cash it, the money stays in your account. And she's sitting there looking at all precious things. That money ain't there. And I'm like, what in the world? Am I being punked? I'm looking around. I'm sorry, Mom, I love you to death. She know I love her, man. And when they getting old, man, you got to watch them. You got to watch them, man, when they getting old. But my mom's sharp. Mom's is sharp, boy. You think Uncle Mike's sharp? No, Mom is sharp. And I said, well, Mom, did you sign the back of the check? She said, I signed it. So she deposited into her account today, a couple of days ago. And I said, did you sign it and then you did take the picture and do it? Or did you, because 17 years? Oh, man. Long story short, we got it all straight. And I was happy to the point that I said, well, at least we don't owe nobody $5,000. It might be a zero. Well, the money was cashed and you already spent it. Or, which means that you made a mistake. You already spent the money. So we at zero. That's good. We don't owe nobody now, but oh Lord have mercy. New footage reveals celebrities that warned us about Diddy. Warning. Another warning. When your folks start getting older and older, they think they mind is sharp. Because she was, Mike, would you be quiet? And I'm like, well, Mom, y'all are the ones that's missing each other. So I'm trying to be the referee, keep my mouth shut. I'm listening to the lady listening to me. Because I know I was getting on both of their nerves. But every time I opened my mouth, I was right. She looking at one account and she looking at the savings account, and they all both talking about some. Well, I'm looking at the account, I don't see it, and she looking at the account. Well, it's right here. Why don't you show her what you see? You looking at? And they got mad at me. And then when they finally saw each other's, the lady looking at the computer, mom looking at a cell phone. Come find out somebody's on the savings account and the other one on the checking. And I ain't gonna tell y'all who it was. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Thank you, Jesus. Let's check this bad boy out.
More than a year after the raids on his mansion, Diddy is finally being sent to jail.
Yeah.
We're going to go through all of the celebrities that warned the industry about Diddy. There have been rumors for decades that Diddy was involved in abuse and coercion. Now it's all coming to light. Not only that, but Diddy was only the first domino to fall, and we're allegedly going to see another giant fall soon.
Motherfuckers be gay in Hollywood, you never expect it. They be having these big ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited than a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and shit.
Man, look at this. Will somebody come look at this?
Come here, come here.
Come here. Come look
Is
at
that
this.
two niggas kissing? Is one of them niggas Professor Obie?
Out of all the people who had a beef with Diddy and had been hinting about his activities, the one person who was never afraid to expose everything was Cat Williams.
Yep.
Decades before the investigation into Diddy even began, Cat gave out all the details of what was happening behind closed doors. Cat collected information for years and even paid others when he knew they could prove useful.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. Because the people want to know, well, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
oh, because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you will tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that, I value that, I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty.
The people who worked with Diddy all have horror stories to tell. Aubrey O'Day worked with Diddy for 6 years, and she was one of the first women to expose how Diddy was handling the women at his shows. Women were expected to do whatever Diddy asked them to do, and if they said no, they would be fired. Diddy made sure that if you said no to him, your career in the entertainment industry was over.
There are so many witnesses. There are so many victims. Now, if or if not there were to be any type of investigation occurring, no victim should be or can communicate with other victims. And so victims are likely not communicating with victims. But a lot of people that know things or that are building things or whatever do reach out, do tell you everything. Sometimes they'll just write everything. I mean, I receive information whether I want to or not. But I've erred on the side of stepping away from the movie that's being made. And I don't mean that literally, I mean that metaphorically. The movie of Diddy that's being painted right now. And I come back to myself, what I know to be true, what I know I witnessed, what I have receipts of.
You want to show all your skin, you want to be naked, but the whole concept of Danity Kane was like, when it comes together, it's one.
Puff's going hard on the group, and then all of a sudden he singles me out and starts going on and on about how unhappy he is with me, and I just feel like nothing that I do, he's ever happy with.
Can I ask a question? What do you want to look like, though? Do you want to
Well,
look
I
like a
don't
playboy,
focus
playmate? Do you want to look like you?
Pop, I'm done with all of that.
No.
Like,
What do you want to look
okay,
like, though?
I'll tell you.
What do you want to look like, though?
I'll tell you. I'm not focused on me. I'm focused on what this group should look like and how I should fit in this situation.
You like big hair, though.
I don't
you
like
do
big hair.
like big hair.
I
You
don't
like big hair.
Pop,
You
need
like
to
a lot.
stop
You like
the
a lot of
generalizations
makeup
about
and
me.
all that.
Actually, I don't. I don't like big hair. I don't like certain makeup. I'm very flexible with what you want to do, and I've worked with everything that you've thrown
I'm
at
not
me.
seeing the flexibility. You gaming me.
Aubrey worked with Diddy on
You
season
gaming
3
me.
of
You
Making the
gaming me.
Band and later became a part
What?
of Danity Kane. She was eventually fired after having a fight with Diddy. Aubrey accused Diddy of controlling, grooming, and emotionally abusive behavior while she was under his management as part of Danity Kane. She claims she was removed from the group because she refused to comply with expectations that went beyond her musical talent. You can probably guess what that means.
Why somebody would want to fire somebody.
Can you give us a little?
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
And were other girls doing?
I was the only one that was in those types of positions.
Wow.
I am a very strict and focused businesswoman because working for Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy?
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
He expects.
Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that
Oh,
question.
wow. I think he's a good guy.
I don't want to
I'm gonna stick
answer
up
that
for him.
one, baby.
After Diddy's arrest, Aubrey O'Day posted on her X account saying, "Let this serve as a cautionary reminder to young and aspiring individuals pursuing their dreams. The true warning is not that a jury may doubt your testimony, nor that a court's sentencing guidelines may fail to reflect the years of suffering you endured. The real warning is this: the moment someone in a position of power oversteps your boundaries or demands more than is legitimately required of you, walk away and do not look back. No dream, however bright, can outweigh the pain and exploitation that may follow if you remain. Too often, those who misuse their power, even when exposed, face far fewer consequences than the harm inflicted upon their victims. Protect yourself at the first sign of coercion or impropriety. If something feels wrong, trust that instinct and remove yourself from the situation. Your well-being is worth more than any opportunity."
Tell me about the sympathetic days to Diddy. What does that look like when you have a moment of feeling bad for the guy?
It wasn't all bad, but I don't know that any of the good was real.
Former Danity Kane singer Aubrey O'Day breaking her silence amid Sean Diddy Combs' trafficking and racketeering trial, revealing she is not going to testify.
I was contacted by Homeland Security, and I did have a meeting with Homeland Security.
At any point did they tell you, we're considering you to testify, we're considering your evidence that you've given us in the trial?
They tell you keep discretion with your meeting with us, obviously, because the trial has taken place.
Some people saw that you were going to be in New York, and they immediately started jumping to conclusions. Are you here to testify in the Diddy trial?
No, I'm not here to testify for the Diddy trial.
Instead, the singer will cover the trial for a podcast produced by Amy Robach and TJ Holmes.
Is he a threat to people if he is out of prison?
I can give you a few examples of why I would lean toward yes on that.
Damn.
Could be here all night telling you about my experiences. I could write a book one day, and I probably will.
In a statement to ET, Aubrey says, quote, "While I have not currently been asked to testify, this trial is long overdue as I've been speaking the truth about Diddy for 20 years now." Adding that my sincere hope is that justice will prevail and for there to be further systemic changes within the music industry to prevent all forms of abuse from those in a position of power.
Man, it is so many people is coming forward saying that Diddy did this, Diddy did that. Next thing you know, Diddy is a rat. They saying he a foreman. I mean, dude, of all people, you don't have to make up no bull. Diddy doing it all on his own. You can go to her and research what she's saying. The kids got cases on them. Lord have mercy. Gene Deal, Roger Bonds. Golly. Diddy, you was doing some wild stuff. Take all this stuff and just cut it in half. Or take a quarter of it. You got videos out there you beating people up. Girls. Then now people talking about when you was at Howard University, you put your hands on a girl. Hey, go on, Diddy, you are... Oh, Lord have mercy, man. If anybody on this earth is considered the devil, I swear to God, you got to be in the front of the line. He got to be, man. Oh, my gracious, man. I would look at him and say, man, I remember you from when you was at Howard University. I remember looking at you, wanting to be like you. You was so motivated. You was a motivational type person. I'm ashamed of you, man. I'm ashamed of even looking up to you. I would say that to him, man. I would honestly say that to him. I'm like, dude, how dare you have all this stuff on you? How come 50 Cent don't have all this stuff on him? The list go on and on, man.
Another artist that Diddy brought up and practically shaped into a star was Usher. And let's just say that Usher's time with Diddy wasn't as innocent as you might think.
The result of being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, and I'm telling him, look, you're going to put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? We would fight. We would tussle.
Recently, Usher himself talked about Diddy and what he remembered living with him was like. In an episode of The Howard Stern Show, Usher said that Diddy introduced him to sex when he was just 13. Diddy was taking Usher to sex clubs and orgies.
See there? Now you see that, right?
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but...
Not really, not chicks. Guys, too. That's what he meant by not really. Oh, my God.
Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was,
I saw it.
But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Uh-huh.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They
They
didn't
didn't know
know
what
about
was
this.
going on.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
See?
Gene Deal with
That said it all right there. Would you send your kids to a Puffy camp? Hell no. This is my candy. This is my snacks, y'all, while I'm sitting here doing this.
I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
See?
Gene Deal was Diddy's bodyguard when all of this was happening. And according to him, it was common knowledge in the industry that Diddy was sexually involved with Usher. Allegedly, one time, Diddy was so rough with Usher that Usher had to go to the hospital. There are reportedly medical records that confirm this, and other celebrities started avoiding Usher after this.
If you don't mind me asking, because I know the topic is sensitive,
Damn.
what happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
What did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when somebody say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent her to the hospital? Man, Nick was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened.
Perhaps the worst part about the Usher situation was how this abuse wasn't just limited to Usher. To escape Diddy's abuse, Usher brought in someone else to take his place, and that someone was Justin Bieber. Justin worked with Diddy at the start of his career and was even sent to live with him.
You become friends in a strange way, you know?
Like Robin Big.
Yeah, it's like, exactly.
I'm big and you're Robin.
Yeah. No, I mean, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, you know, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person besides his talent. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
Justin, you know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're
He
out.
got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Certainly not.
So I'm saying, everything ain't for everybody. What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
Right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
Right, okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 55.
Several people in Diddy's circle have come out and confirmed this. One of these people was Jaguar Wright, who used to be a background dancer for Jay-Z. She pointed out how Usher was a hypocrite for not keeping Justin safe and only focusing on himself. If it wasn't for Usher, Diddy would have never been able to get to Justin.
They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like, what kind of asshole do you gotta be to take another boy, another talented boy, and put him in your place so it ain't gotta be you no more? Because that's what pedophiles do. They get victims, and then once they get to a certain age and they get too old for them to enjoy them, they send them out to go get other young kids. Now, if Usher is a procurer, and if Usher knew what was gonna happen to any of those young children that he took to the Flavor Freak off, is he a good guy? Especially considering what happened to him, especially considering that he sat with Howard Stern, and Howard Stern said, would you send your kids to Puffy's Flavor Camp? And his immediate response was, hell no! So it's good enough for everybody else's kids, but it's not good enough for yours.
Everyone in the rap industry knows what kind of person Diddy really is. Some of the biggest names in the game stand against Diddy. During an episode of Drink Champs, Kanye dissed Diddy and said that he's fake hard. And the truth is far worse than what people can imagine.
I don't got no celebrity friends because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address. Right. But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my coat car. So y'all shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You shut the fuck up about Michael. Right. I'm Michael now.
In case you're wondering why Kanye mentioned Meek Mill, that's because Diddy and Meek have a special relationship. According to 50 Cent, Diddy and Meek are secretly in a relationship.
Wow.
Diddy once asked 50 out on a date and said that he wanted to take him shopping. 50 knew what Diddy really meant by this. Go out with me and I'll make you rich. 50 said no, but Meek Mill said yes, and next thing you know, Diddy and Meek are showing up to parties wearing matching clothes.
Wow.
Nah, but you got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. Stop it. You set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think's happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on.
Wow,
Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, maybe I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash and you could give me the. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm going to mess up the way. Certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet. He was like in the hallway.
He wasn't in the closet. You being the only one calling this out.
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They say you're a hater. They say you're crazy.
You do this. Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass hurting.
According to 50 Cent, he and Netflix are working on the documentary, which is set to be released in the first quarter of 20.
Wait a minute. He said he was calling me the hater. Now everybody in the corner saying, my hurt. Oh, my God.
No.
He was in the hallway.
You being the only one calling this out.
That's crazy.
I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They say you're a hater. They say you're crazy.
You're a hater.
Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass hurting.
According to 50 Cent, he and Netflix are working on the documentary, which is set to be released in the first quarter of 2026.
Okay.
In a recent interview, 50 Cent said that the documentary is taking so long because the allegations against Diddy just keep on growing. In his own words, it's a difficult project because every day there's new accusations coming out. It's new things that happen. So it's become an octopus with so many powers and so many things going on.
One person who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
Yep. The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like with Jeffrey Epstein.
You and Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
But that's why. It's only business. It was really, away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him. Right? Because it's a little fluffy.
It's not your scene.
It's not my...
He said he a little... fluffy. Fluffy.
It was really, oh my God. Away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him. Right? Because it's a little fluffy.
It's not your scene.
It's not my stuff.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way It actually is to a degree.
Damn.
When I say people respond, how people respond to things matter. Like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, "Yo, nah, I spent $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this, and it's in it only because he's uncomfortable." You don't hear him talking about French. French was right there, right?
Right.
Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm scared.
Why y'all get so quiet?
No, they see this. You see this. They see this.
He said, see it.
Don Richard, who is a member of Danity Kane, same as Aubrey, and later part of Diddy Dirty Money, accused Diddy of sexual assault, abuse, and threats during her time working with him. In 2024, Richard filed a lawsuit alleging that Diddy sexually assaulted her and that she had witnessed Diddy assault Cassie. Dawn was one of the first women who supported Cassie and backed her up.
Singer Don Richard testifies that Sean Diddy Combs hit Cassie Ventura with a skillet full of eggs. Danity Kane alum Don Richard, who began working with Sean Diddy Combs while competing on his show Making the Band in 2004, took the stand after Cassie wrapped her testimony May 16th. Richard joined Combs' group Diddy Dirty Money after Danity Kane disbanded. While on the stand, she told jurors that she saw Combs hit Ventura with a skillet full of eggs at his Los Angeles home in 2009. Richard testified per NBC News. He came downstairs asking where his phone was, and he threw her to the ground. Richard added, "I was scared for her. I was scared to do anything." Richard's testimony in Combs' ongoing trial comes 8 months after she accused the rapper in a lawsuit of subjecting her to years of inhumane working conditions, which included groping, assault, and false imprisonment. The lawsuit, filed in September, obtained by E! News, stated, Mr. Combs frequently held meetings with Ms. Richard wearing only his underwear, despite Ms. Richard's protests and repeated requests for him to put on clothing. In her filing, the 41-year-old also alleged that Combs ordered her to strip down to her underwear, made demeaning remarks about her body, and entered her dressing room unannounced while she was unclothed and touched her without her permission under the guise of showing the stylist what to do.
Cassie's lawyer said that with Diddy behind bars, Cassie can finally feel at peace. Before Diddy's sentencing, Cassie wrote a letter to the judge saying that she feared for her life and what Diddy would do to her if he got out. For at least the next 2 years, Cassie is safe.
Cassie Ventura is moving forward. After Sean Diddy Combs was sentenced to 50 months in prison for 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution on October 3rd, his ex reacts to U.S. District Judge Aaron Subramanian's decision in a statement from her lawyers. The attorneys tell E! News, while nothing can undo the trauma caused by Combs, the sentence imposed today recognizes the impact of the serious offenses he committed. They add, we are confident that with the support of her family and friends, Ms. Ventura will continue healing, knowing that her bravery and fortitude have been an inspiration to so many. Ventura was in a relationship with Combs on and off from 2007 to 2018. In addition to his over 4 years in prison, Combs was handed 5 years of supervised release and a fine of $500,000. Ahead of his sentencing, Combs, who was acquitted on sex and racketeering charges during his federal trial, expressed remorse for, quote, all of the hurt and pain he caused others through his conduct in a letter to the judge. He wrote in the filing, obtained by NBC News October 2nd, I lost my way. I got lost in my journey, lost in the drugs and the excess.
Sources are already hinting that another huge name in the industry is about to get exposed, someone who's been hiding in plain sight, pretending to be untouchable. And when that name drops, it's going to shake the industry even harder than Diddy's fall did. Make sure you're subscribed, because when the next one goes down, we'll be right here to break it all down.
Oh my God. I'm glad that girlfriend, I can't remember her name just that quick, was supporting Cassie. I just feel so sorry for everybody. Everybody who had to bear what Diddy was dishing out. Hell, if that's the case, I feel sorry for anybody that had to bear, anybody that was putting out stuff, man, and you don't have the proof. You don't have the proof, man. It's hard to get proof when you're getting abused and you don't know when it's going to happen. Set up some cameras and all that stuff. All this stuff is coming, man. All this stuff is coming real soon. Look here, I'm going to get on up out of here, man. Y'all pray for my moms. Let me know if you're an ender. Shout out to all the enders. Hey, y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.